Salut tout le monde, it's your boy Lukael. Welcome back to The Wolf Among Us. This is episode 5, the final episode of the game, at least of season 1 until the next one, The Wolf Among Us 2. So in the last episode, Bigby got patched up after being shot by Bloody Mary, and then pretty much spent the whole episode trying to locate the Crooked Man, find out where he is. We find out he's hiding in some place where there's a magical door always changing locations, kind of like in Owl's Moving Castle. And yeah, the episode ended with us finally finding one of these doors and finally locating the Crooked Man, and then it ended kind of abruptly where we sat down to talk to him and the episode ended. So I've had my fair share of criticisms of the story of this game so far. I want to wait until it's all over so I can give my proper thoughts about it and see how they managed to wrap it all up, because of this game's nature as a prequel to the comics. And I don't know which one came first. I assume the comics came before the video game. So they had to set up something that had already been written, I guess. And so because this is a prequel, I worry that the game is not going to offer a satisfying conclusion. Like, I understand they can't wrap up the entire storyline because the story continues in the comics, but I hope they can at least manage to find some kind of satisfying conclusion, at least to some of the plot threads that have been established in the game. I have more thoughts I want to elaborate on, but I'm going to wait until the end of the episode and of the game so that I have like a better picture of the whole thing, you know? But I am looking forward to this final episode. I've enjoyed the game overall, so thank you for joining me today, and without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Ooh. So our final episode is called Cry Wolf, and here we've got Bigby in his kind of werewolf form that we saw in episode 3. But you can't really look at the... Oh, okay, you get the chapters of the episode, I see. I was gonna say, you can't really rely on the cover of the episode to know what's going to happen in it, because here the cover was Bigby and Bluebeard, and Bluebeard didn't even factor in episode 4 at all, so... let's see.
I mean, your eyes and the teeth, you're not really supposed to do that, are you?
Oh, I didn't remember her saying that.
Not if I can avoid it.
Right, he's not supposed to transform. Fate's head.
No.
Fate, our first victim.
Lily.
And then Lily, our second victim.
Do you even give a shit about us? The strays.
That's why you can't tell me anything. It's the ribbon, isn't it?
We're destroying the tree. No! What monsters are you? What horrible, evil, villainous, warped monsters are you?
Hey, you're not really gonna send me to the farm, are you? After everything we fucking been through, you don't have the nerve to give me a straight answer.
Oh God, Bigby!
This time was no joke. Eat as many metal shellings as you see fit, but take just one more silver round near your heart, and the only place I'll be visiting you is the morgue.
Was it near the heart? It was kind of like in his lower
Bigby,
back.
wait. When you get the Crooked Man, make sure you bring him back alive. He has to stand trial.
Why don't you have a seat, Sheriff? We have a great deal to discuss.
Again, stand trial where? Oh, we're going straight into the opening credits. Okay. I don't remember if I talked about this before, but like the way Bigby kind of has different stages of his wolf coming out. We haven't really seen any of the other Fables go through that. Like, usually they're under glamour, and then when they transform, it's like you get like this green flash, and then like they change into their original form. They don't get like this gradual. Well, no, we did see Beast like kind of have the horns and the eyes, and like didn't fully transform. It's weird how only some of them have like this gradual transformation.
You've come a long way. You must be tired.
I am tired. I didn't get to sleep. I really want a nap. But, no rest for the
boys are
wicked.
correct. You haven't had a lot of rest recently. Please, Sheriff, relax for a moment, will you?
That
Got a
woman
drink?
there, she's one
Something to
of
Vivian makes a very nice, it's elegant. Really a carpaccio. It's lobster, sirloin. Well, gramercy me, take a seat at the very least.
I'm here for one reason, and it's not to eat your fucking food.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is she here?
What do you think you're doing?
He's gonna...
Mr. Wolf is our guest, and I have every intention of cooperating. So don't waste the silver. Sit down, Jersey.
There is silver in this. So I am in
Sheriff,
danger here.
For the sake of transparency, why don't you tell us why you're here? It would help settle everyone's nerves, I think.
Did you kill these women?
You know why I'm here. You killed those women.
What women?
Faith and Lily, the girls who worked at the Pudding and Pie.
Did I now? I assume by your confidence in accusing me, you must have some proof of this, yes? Some allotment of evidence. A witness, perhaps.
I know you did it.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry, Sheriff.
I just
I wish
assume.
you had me dead to rights. I really do, for your own sake. But no, I didn't kill anyone.
Okay, so then
Those
who
women.
did?
I don't relish telling you that the killings were perpetrated by an employee of mine. It's a
Okay.
very unfortunate bit of business, but I promise you that the matter will be dealt with internally. I just want to settle the issue for you and to assure you that it's over with. You really don't need to worry.
Who did it? I don't know. Am I supposed to know at this point? I'm not familiar with the Fable comics. I don't know these characters, I don't know the world, so all the information I have to go on is what I've been introduced to in this game. So at the end of the first episode, when you show me that Snow was killed, I don't have any reason not to think that's the case. Like, I think most people would be like, Snow's dead, like Snow, well, unless you know that she's in the comics, then you would know that like she couldn't have died here, but if you're just jumping into this game blind, you have no way to know that Snow didn't get killed. Then in the second episode, they're like, just kidding, it was a glamour. So you're like, oh, okay. So, and like, yeah, they did introduce glamour in the first episode, but they didn't explain that you could look like someone else, like an existing person. They're just supposed to make the animals look human. And so right away in episode 2, I'm like, okay, so you're kind of like not making things up as you go along, but you're kind of hiding facts from me, kind of like to shock me, but then it's not that it's cheap. I mean, it is kind of cheap, but... And I started kind of feeling this way around episode 3, and then like even further in episode 4, where I'm struggling to put my thoughts into words again. And someone in my comments actually said something that I agreed with, which I think was Mephisto. And I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said, like, you know, there's this mystery in the game, but it doesn't really feel like you're given all the information necessary to piece the mystery together yourself. Like here, I'm being asked, who did the killing? And it's like, I don't know. Am I supposed to have enough information to be able to like deduce who killed the women? Like, because a bunch of people are suspects in this situation. Like it could be, I don't think it's the woodsman. Like it could be Bluebeard. We don't really know that much about him. It could be the Crooked Man, it could be Bloody Mary, it could be like... I feel like they're going to spring something out of nowhere that I won't be able to expect. It's gonna be like, oh, actually it was Snow all along, or like it was Jack Horner, or like it was... I don't know, the story in this game kind of feels like you're being asked to play a game, but then no one explains the rules to you. It's like, let's play poker, except I'm not gonna tell you how poker works, I'm just going to deal you the cards, and then I'm gonna ask you like, so what's your next move? It's like, I don't know. Like, did I uncover enough in this investigation to really be able to piece 1 and 2 together and figure out who actually is the murderer? Like, there's a whole bunch of people acting suspicious, I guess, if you're kind of paranoid about everyone like I am. But here I am facing the crooked man. He's like, well, you should know who killed him, right? And I'm like, I don't know. And you could totally say it's because I'm stupid and like I just haven't been able to figure it out, and you're probably right about that. But I feel like I haven't really been given enough to be able to figure it out. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know.
Worry yourself further.
An unfortunate bit of business. You're gonna tell me right now who killed him.
Sheriff, I have complete respect for you and your job. I hope you know that. But I simply can't divulge that information. You really shouldn't worry yourself. As I said, I've got this under control.
No, I'm gonna deal with it right now.
Yeah, right. What do you think this is? Some kind of negotiation? The man said he'd take care of it. So why don't you take the hint and get out?
Tweedledee, please.
I mean, I guess I'm supposed to be the law.
I'm the law here, not you. Now tell me who did it.
You think I'm scared of you? You're nothing more
That's
than a...
enough. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but in the interest of preserving our alliance,
What
you
alliance?
have to know it was Georgie.
Really? That's it?
However, like I said, I'd be handling the matter if you don't mind.
Georgie.
You got what you wanted, so just...
Sit down.
Is it really
now.
that simple? It seems too simple. It's not Georgie.
Yeah, I killed him, so what?
This is a Disco Elysium situation.
You should have just kept your nose where it fucking belonged.
Georgie.
Why'd you do it? Why kill them?
Does it matter?
Look, the fact is, George here misinterpreted one of my instructions.
Misinterpreted?
And I want to make things right. So, let's work something out.
What's there to work out? I'm protected, aren't I?
Your protection has limits, and I think you've far exceeded yours. That you could murder someone in cold blood like that.
You fucking asked me to do this.
And then
you told me
attempt
to
to
kill
blame
him.
me for it. You will be silent while we discuss what to do with you.
This is right bollocks, sis.
She's also got the ribbon.
You're just gonna let him do this?
All the others are like, it's not
what
me,
do you
so...
say, Sheriff? Can we discuss terms? You can have Georgie. Consider it a gift, ensuring our continued cooperation.
What the hell?
Take this fucker. Take all of them. I didn't fucking
Don't
start
make
this.
any trouble, Georgie.
Are you seriously throwing me under the fucking carriage after everything I've done for you?
I think I'll be taking both of you.
Uh,
You're not
I
taking
won't,
me, you
but-
fucking ponce. What the fuck is this shit? You said you'd cover for us.
For minor infractions, not murder.
Just go with him, Georgie. You're gonna sink us all.
What's wrong with you people? You're really gonna sell him out just like
You
that?
think I give a fuck if I'm the one? Who the shit do you think you fuckers are?
Get the fuck out of here.
I do apologize, Sheriff, but I think it's best if you leave now.
There's no way I'm going with him. Are you kidding me?
Things are about to get unpleasant, and I would rather you weren't here to watch.
You can go join that whore at the bottom of the lake for all I give a shit. But he's not taking me anywhere. I'll roll over on the lot of you before I let that shit happen.
What are you saying? Yeah, what the fuck? You're gonna make sure we all go down this shitter with you? I told you.
I already told you. I'm taking both of you in, so let's go.
With
This
what
could have gone
authority?
so well. To speak the truth, I've never been a very good mediator. Why negotiate when you can just decide?
There she is. I mean, I'm already outnumbered here. You don't even need to use her.
Did I miss anything good? Well, look at you all fixed up.
Yep, that seems about right. So, Did Georgie really kill them?
Take this!
I'm confused. Where the hell are we?
You're done, Wolf.
Come on, we're pretty much done here.
I'd like to say it was nice knowing you, but I'll be glad to see your insides turned out.
Got him! Now!
Oops.
Oh God. This way.
So, what the fuck is this? I'm confused.
Oh, shit.
I know.
So can he not heal? Is he not a Fable also? Like, why is she trying to save him? God damn, Bigby. You a scary motherfucker. Oh, my clothes just disappeared. Oh, what is that down there? What is happening? Whoop. Okay, I have to pay attention to these quick time events. Whoop. I feel like it would have been faster just to go around them, but sure. Can I go in like even further wolf form? So I can just like run on all four? Oh, there you go. Monkey mode. I mean... Oop.
Fuck! What was that?
What do you think? Fucking Santa Claus. Oh, he's also there. Oh, but he took a turn. Well, shit. Wait, she's there. I don't want to... I don't really want to kill her.
I can't.
Whoop. Oh, don't you run me over. Maybe you should have. Okay, timer is running out. You're really gonna run me over?
Sure?
Do it!
He's not moving.
Keep going!
Bigby, you've got some really good cardio, I will say. Okay, that's where you're gonna go? You know, that's the first place I'll look. Oh, did I happen to find exactly the right clothes that I was already wearing? Hey, how convenient is that? The exact same clothes. Okay, Jesus Christ. Let's rewind a little bit here. So, obviously, I'm just there by myself. Like, I've got nothing, no weapons, really no authority. I'm the sheriff, but what does that even mean? And I'm getting there facing this crime lord, and I'm like, I'm gonna take you both in. So it's like, yeah, I could have just gone with Georgie, but at this point, it's kind of a lost cause anyway, so you might as well go for the whole thing, you know? That's kind of my logic. I'm like, well, like if our end goal is really just to take down the Crooked Man's entire organization. I need to try and take him in, and it's not gonna happen just by saying, I'm taking you in, but I don't know, I guess I just wanted to see what would happen. So I really thought he was just pinning this on Georgie, just as a, what do you call it? As a scapegoat, you know? He's just like, oh, it's Georgie's fault, and then Georgie's like, what? I didn't do it, and then we arrest Georgie, and I mean, it's not even that I think the crooked man literally killed them. I just think maybe he's behind the whole thing. And what I want to know is why. If they got beheaded because of the ribbon, I have to assume it's because they had information that like he didn't want to get out, and so he had them killed. Now, maybe Georgie actually did the killing itself, but I think the crooked man, he has to know more about what's happening, right? But like, it seems too simple just to say, it's Georgie. That's it? Like, Georgie killed the woman? It's like, for what? Why kill them? Why leave their head in front of our building? Like, there's still a lot we don't know, so let's see. Oh, he is bleeding a whole lot. A whole lot. That's a lot of ketchup in there. All right, let's go inside. The pudding and pie. Why would you go there? Like, you know I'm gonna find you. That was chapter 2? Oh, wow. This is gonna be a short episode.
Come on. We can't stay here.
Hang on. I need a minute.
Okay. Can you stand up? It's okay. Take your time. Slowly.
It's no fucking use. No way I'm walking out of here.
How did this happen, Georgie? How did it get this?
Surprise, surprise. Guess who's here?
Shit. Hello, Bigby. I hoped you'd come to your senses. Crooked man's the one you want.
Yeah.
But of course, you're too much of an idiot to see that. Or maybe you just like me too much to let me go. That it, Sheriff? Had to say goodbyes first.
I'm taking you in, Georgie. Let's go.
You gonna carry me?
I don't know where I'm taking him,
Please,
though.
Sheriff. Haven't you done enough? Look at him. He's dying.
Vivian, you don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to help you here.
You can't seriously want to protect this guy. You know what he did.
I'm not going anywhere. It isn't his fault.
He's a murderer. Faith and Lily, he's the reason they're dead.
Is he?
Look, I know he made a few mistakes. We all have.
What? He made sure they couldn't talk with those damn ribbons, and then he killed them. You're wearing one yourself. Doesn't that bother you even a little, knowing that man murdered?
Of course it does. Those girls.
So it's all my fucking fault then?
I didn't mean...
You're gonna throw me to the fucking wolf too? You know I didn't have a goddamn choice. What the fuck? I did what I had to! You can't fucking blame me for that.
Look,
Sometimes you just have to do what you're told. Then it comes back to bite you in the ass because some good-for-nothing crooked bastard decides you're not worth shit anymore.
Should have predicted that.
Why'd you do it then, huh? If it's not your fault, then what the fuck happened?
Explain.
Look, Faith and the others tried to pull a run on us. And as you can imagine, the crooked man wasn't too thrilled. But of course, the big boss didn't want to get his fucking hands dirty. So he told me to take care of it. You think I don't know what that means? Either I do what he says or I'm the one getting dealt with. So I fucking killed him. And I'd do it again. 'Cause it's not my fault. The crooked man gave the order. He told me to kill them. And then he fucking sold me out. The both of you can go rot in hell.
Georgie.
You think I'm the one to fucking blame?
That's not what I meant. I was just trying
I know what you were trying to do.
You're still the one who pulled the trigger. Nobody held your hand and made you go through with it.
Fine. Believe what you want. I can tell you've made up your mind. Doesn't matter if it's fucking true or not.
Okay, even if someone tells you to kill someone and then you do it, well, maybe the idea didn't come from you, but you're still a murderer. Like, that still counts as you being a killer. Like, explain that to the fucking judge. We're gonna take in the Crooked Man too, if we can. I mean, I don't think we're gonna be able to in this game, because he seems like a larger antagonist kind of thing. So Georgie really kill them, but then that doesn't explain why did you leave their heads in front of our building? Why the pictures with Crane? Why? Why?
Go ahead and arrest me then. But it won't bring back Lily or Faith. It won't free your friend Nerissa. And I'm just the sap taking the fall for the whole thing.
What, do you think I'm gonna stop with you?
It must be so easy being you. Just come in here and blame me for all this shit. Job's done, right? George is the bad guy. It's all his fucking fault.
Yeah?
But what was I supposed to do? You don't know what it's like, Bigby. How could you know? At the end of the day, you're just like him. Coming here, talking about options, like it was that simple.
You could have done anything else. You could have let them go. You could have freed Faith and Lily from those fucking ribbons instead of murdering them.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If I freed them...
Yeah?
What would you have me do? Kill her?
Georgie, don't.
It was them or Vivian. So you tell me, if freeing Lily meant she had to die, do you still think I had a fucking choice?
What are you doing?
I told you, you don't know the fuck about anything.
What are you talking about?
This is the original. The girl with the ribbon. I'm sure you've heard the stories. Couldn't take it off, couldn't talk about it. She used her little purple ribbon to make more of them. To keep our girls quiet, to ensure absolute discretion.
You promised you wouldn't.
All that magic is connected to this little thing. You remove hers, and the spell's broken. They're all free. But you know what happens to her? The same thing that happened to Faith. So don't you come in here and tell me I fucked up.
What the hell, Georgie? We were supposed to look out for each other. I trusted you.
You can't fucking blame me. You're not innocent here either.
I know that. But did it have to be like this?
Wait, so you've been helping this asshole? I thought you cared about them.
I do. Of course I do. You have to understand, nobody was supposed to die. When we built this place, it was just a stupid idea. A gimmick. Discretion is our guarantee.
Oh yeah, no, just
That's
a
how
gimmick.
It started anyway.
Ribbons that kill you if you take them off.
This was supposed to be our place. We were going to be in charge for once, and nobody would try to control us or use us. That was the point. Then the crooked man showed up, and everything just turned to shit.
So, do you get it now? Why I couldn't just...
Nope.
If you still think it's so fucking simple, then you do it. Go right ahead. Kill her then.
What are you doing?
Break the spell. Save the fucking day.
Stop it.
I told you, sometimes all your options are shit. What the fuck are you supposed to do then?
We'll find another way. She doesn't have to die. Maybe the witches
Don't talk about me like I'm not even here. Please. You think this is hard for you? My life is such a fucking burden on your conscience. Don't I get a say? It's my life. Like it was either of yours to give up in the first place.
I wasn't really...
Just shut up.
You're right. It's your life.
I know what I've done.
Wait.
I'm sick of everyone thinking that they can just do what they want with my life. I thought it would be different here.
What are you talking about?
All the fucking same.
Vivian, I didn't mean...
Do you think I wanted to be this person? What I did to Faith and Lily? To all of them.
Vivian, wait.
Every day I have to look Gwen and Hans in the eye and pretend I don't care. I have to forget what I've done to them, what I took away from them. I look at Nerissa and I hate myself.
Vivian.
Yeah, you probably should.
Pretend anymore.
What are you doing?
Vivian, don't. Vivian, no! Fuck! No, 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 no! Why'd you have to do that, Vivian? Vivian! Shit! Vivian, I didn't fucking mean it. I was...
I'm really confused. The girl with the ribbon? Vivian was the very first to bear the curse of the purple ribbon. Removing the ribbon would result in death, and any attempt to talk about it was thwarted by the spell upon it. As time went on, she tried to live a normal life. Eventually, she married a nice man, but he was constantly wondering about the ribbon around her neck. Despite her pleas for him to leave it alone, one night while she was sleeping, he attempted to remove it. As he pulled on the edge of the string, Vivian woke and saw what her husband was doing. In a panic, she pulled away, preventing the ribbon's knot from being undone. Furious, she tried to express the severity of his actions, but her husband was unable to understand. She realized then that she couldn't trust him and decided to leave. She lived alone for the rest of her days in the homelands, preferring the safety of isolation to the risk of another betrayal. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty fucked up story, but who put the ribbon there in the first place? Is this like a version of this story where she gets to survive at the end and be part of the story? Or like, I assume in the original story, she actually dies? This feels like a kind of allegory about like consent or like body autonomy or something like that. I don't know. So I don't understand. I don't understand this whole conflict. Georgie's like, come on, do it then. Take off her ribbons. Like, no. Why would I? Like, how does that help me? How does that have anything to do with the killings or the investigation? So what, she made copies of her ribbon and put it on all the other girls? And she's like, oh, it was just a gimmick about discretion. It's like, what do you mean a gimmick? These girls are now gonna die if they ever take that off. Like, you just killed them. How is that just a gimmick for, oh, it's the discretion of the strip clubs? Like, that's not a joke. That's their life. And Georgie said that the Crooked Man ordered him to kill them because what? He said they were runners? Like, what do you mean? They were trying to run away from your business, from the Crooked Man's entourage? Like, they were trying to give information on, but like, they couldn't anyways, right? Because they can't talk about anything because of the ribbons. Like, I don't even know what specifically they can't talk about because of the ribbon. Is it about the ribbon itself? Is it about the business? Is it about the Crooked Man? Like, this is all so unclear, and that's where I have a problem with the story of this game. It's like, so many of the elements are so unclear and so poorly established, and like, you can say that's just me, like, being too slow to really understand these things, and maybe you're right, but like, does anyone else agree that like this whole narrative is really messy? Because like, they keep dropping these new things in the lore, and like, you don't really understand how they work, so you can't account for them when you're trying to piece together what's happening in the story. And so here in this moment, why is she under such distress that like she decided to take her own life? What, because she was scared I was going to arrest her? That's it? I guess it's because she was under so much guilt for what she'd done to these people that she'd rather just take her own life. But like, why now? Like, why just suddenly are you feeling that way? You just tried to help Georgie to escape. Why are you even helping Georgie? Like, what's the relationship between the two of them? Did I even get an entry for Vivian before? What does it say? Her past is unknown. She prefers not to talk about her life back in the homelands. She wanted to start fresh. She works for Georgie at the Pudding and Pie. He doesn't make her take jobs at the Open Arms. So she started the Open Arms with Georgie, or like she started the Pudding and Pie with him. Instead, she plays hostess and helps Georgie ensure complete customer satisfaction. It's like, well, I was gonna arrest you for what you did to those girls, but I guess it's fine if you just want to take your own life and undo the curse on all these girls. Like, because how many of the girls are even working for him? Like, do they all have the... So now that she's killed herself, that means the other girls are gonna be free from the curse? I mean, I guess that's good. Honestly, like, my plan was really just to arrest her and like maybe the witches, like, because again, I don't understand how the magic works. So like, I have to hope that maybe if you bring her to the 13th floor, which we haven't been there, I haven't talked to anyone there, I don't know what their actual powers are, like what the limit of their abilities are, but I would guess that they maybe have some sort of cure for this spell. Like, maybe they can undo the curse or something like that. Because as law enforcement, obviously I'm not gonna kill her myself just to undo the curse. I have to arrest her for what she's done. Just like I have to arrest Georgie. Just like I have to arrest the Crooked Man and all his fucking entourage, all his gang, even though I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that because I'm just one person again. And at the Crooked Man's place, it's just funny because I was so completely outnumbered there. They could have really easily taken care of me. Fucking Jersey had the gun with the silver bullets right there. Like, he could have killed me anytime he wanted. But because they all kind of started arguing amongst themselves, we had a chance to kind of like escape. It's kind of silly. I mean, I guess lucky for me, but... And Georgie's like so upset. He's like, what, you're gonna pin all of this on me? You're gonna blame me and then like all your problems are solved? It's like, no. Obviously, I'm also going to arrest everyone else, not just you. It's like, are you stupid? This game.
It's just...
I guess he can't heal as easily as the other Fables. Well, you know what? It is pretty fucked up what she did. Also, did the other girls know? Like, did they consent to the ribbon deal? Like, did they know what was gonna happen to them? Did they know they would die if they took it off? Why would anyone agree to that? What's in it for them? Hey, I'm gonna put this ribbon on you and you won't get to talk about it. You won't get to spill any of our secrets. And also, if you take it off, you'll die. It's like, who the fuck would accept that? And don't give me the, it's because they're like really poor and like they need to make money. And so because it's really expensive in New York, don't give me that shit, okay? I'd rather live on the street than having a fucking ribbon around my neck that's gonna kill me if I take it off. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, fuck!
Get up.
Unless they were forced,
Get up.
or else they were gonna get
Bigby.
killed. Yeah, that shit's kind of spilling out, huh?
I'm gonna die here. I think we both know that. Just make sure you give the crooked man the same treatment when you find him. Really fuck him up for me, all right? For both of us. You know the bastard deserves it. Make a promise to a dying man. Give him
Yeah, I really fucked you up good.
Worse. Don't worry.
You won't remember that.
Old
'cause-
foundry by the river, all right? Shepherd Metalworks. He'll be there. Fucking asshole.
Well, you're not
You
much
wanna
better.
finish me off now? Or do you plan to kick me around a little first? Rip my limbs off one by one? That's what you want to do, right? Well, whatever it is, just get it over with. I'm not sticking around for much longer.
You deserve worse than this, Georgie.
I suppose you're right. No more games, all right? We both know how this ends. Just make it quick. I know what I did. Let's not draw this out.
Meh.
What? You're just gonna leave me here?
I got nothing to say to you.
Fuck you!
Have a nice day.
Piece of shit.
Before you call me cold or heartless or sadistic or anything, this guy's a real piece of shit, okay? He's a pimp. He's been abusing all of these women. He's been using their body to make money. He's been abusing them, probably like beating them up. Like, he's a pimp. He killed 2 of them. He basically enslaved all the girls with this ribbon business to serve as like prostitutes in his business. Like, he's a completely irredeemable asshole. So I'm not gonna kill him. I mean, I already killed him because I'm the one who stabbed him, but like, I'm not going to finish him off because it's kind of like, I don't want Bigby to be a killer, even though the game kind of just forced that on me because I don't have a choice but to stab him in self-defense. Like, so far in the game, I've tried not to kill anyone. Whenever the game gives you the option of like, finish him off, like kill them, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm supposed to be the sheriff, you know, I'm trying to be the good guy. In this case, Bigby just kind of stabs him in the chest, and I assumed, oh, he's probably gonna survive because everyone survives like way worse than this. But now suddenly this guy doesn't heal. I don't know. I don't know why the Fables all work under like different rules, but I don't know, maybe because he's not under a glamour, like he doesn't heal because he's not like original creature. He's like a human. I don't know. But he pretty much deserves what happened to him, I think. Like, he's a garbage human being. Like, would I prefer arresting him and like he gets some kind of due process or trial? Like, trial where though? Again, I don't even know how anyone goes under trial in Fabletown. Like, is it a Fabletown court? Is there a Fabletown judge and jury? Like, I don't know what going to trial even means here, but ideally, in a civilized world, you want criminals to go under trial and face the law and have some kind of justice. I'm not even gonna get into the whole debate of like capital punishment and like death sentence, because I don't want to get into all that. I know this is a controversial topic, but all I can say is I don't really feel sorry for him. Like, he killed people, he abused women, he exploited women. He can f off and die. And that's that. That's all I got to say about that. Have a good night, Georgie. Well, I guess the Crooked Man is next. But he's got Bloody Mary to protect him. So it's not gonna be so simple. I mean, is she dangerous without her, like the huntsman's axe, without her little silver bullets? I don't know how strong she is in like hand-to-hand combat. Because again, I don't know the rules. But...
Still warm. He's here, all right. Of course.
Also, the pudding and pie, Vivian and Georgie's place. Vivian and Georgie met during the exodus from the homelands, and they helped each other survive the long journey to the mundane world. Upon their arrival, however, they found it hard to make a decent living. With what little money they had, they opened the pudding and pie. Operating a strip club may not have been the most desirable occupation, but they figured it was better to be in charge of a place like this than be forced through desperation to work at one. I mean, would you rather be in control of a place like that or to work at one? I guess you want to be in control. Does that make you better? Does that make you morally superior? Not really. Bigby's like the fucking Terminator, man. Like, he won't stop until he's found you. He keeps walking into these situations where he knows he's like outnumbered, outgunned, but he still just goes for it because he's like, I believe the law's on my side. I have to do what's right.
This is where they've been sending these.
The best safety device is a careful worker. Anybody home?
Bigby Wolf. The big bad wolf.
That's me. How can I help you?
You used to be something.
Who took these pictures? Like, that's just me and someone been stalking me. Who been stalking me like that?
They used to fear you.
Yeah, did they?
They'd hide anywhere their small shivering bodies would fit.
Bigby's so unbothered. He's like, yeah, just say your spiel. So what are you guys making here? What is this place? Are we making silver bullets, huh?
Silver.
The big bad wolf.
Ooh.
It's about time you showed up.
I had to take care of some things first.
Little errand boy. That's nice.
Ah, Bigby. I see you made it here in one piece. I do apologize, but I have some business to attend to. I leave you in the capable hands of my associate. Come find me when you've finished, dear.
Don't worry. This won't take long.
Get out of my way now. Don't make this worse.
Why are you even asking her? You know she's not
Doesn't
going
wanna
to.
play.
I'm sure you'll persuade him.
Wow. What a man. Stealing punches while my back is turned? Didn't your mother ever teach you to fight proper?
Stop hitting yourself. How do you fight someone that can just like show up anywhere at any moment? Speaking of Terminator, this is very reminiscent of a Terminator Act 3. Oh, look at you, you little ninja now. What if I just say her name 3 times in a mirror? Is she like obligated to show up there? That would be a good way to like trap her in one spot, you know? I'm ready for a quick time event at any moment. Whoop! Aw, I feel like I hit that. Maybe I should have had some help here. Again, I feel like I'm hitting all of these. Okay, not this one.
Where are you? Come out and face me!
Oh, is that your true form? Oh, she's full of mirrors. Of course. Come on, Bigby. You can get her. Oh no, my brand new shirt. Bigby, you gotta go full wolf. Yeah, that would be pretty scary to see in the mirror. Oh, okay. Well, that's a problem. That's a trick I cannot do. Are they fakes or are they all real? Looks like they're all real. problem. Let's go! Let's fucking go! Yeah, now that's a big bad wolf. Hell yeah. He's bigger than I thought. Now I can see why they call you the big bad wolf. I mean, I'm still kind of outnumbered. Ah, god dang it. And no wonder all these other fables are scared of him. He's fucking huge. Oh, I'm preparing something special. Oh, he's blowing. I'm gonna huff. I'm gonna puff. Ah, not in my eye. Did she get me in the eye? Well, god dang. That did not disappoint. The big bad wolf. Yep, he's big, alright. Bigby's true form is that of a giant 8-foot-tall wolf. In addition to his iconic huff and puff power, he has also inherited other abilities from his father, the North Wind. Huh? Excuse me? For example, Bigby is able to hold his breath for an abnormally long amount of time, making it impossible for him to drown. Oh, that's useful. Mary's loyalty, part of the job. Bloody Mary began working for the Crooked Man many centuries ago. He promised her freedom to do as she pleased. As long as she... Didn't she already have that? Don't you always start with that? How can someone promise you that? As long as she agreed to act as his personal bodyguard and hitman. Hitwoman. Because of the Crooked Man's power and influence, Mary never had to worry about getting caught by the authorities. Also because she can teleport? Did you forget that part? I don't think you can get caught by the police if you can, like, teleport anytime you want. Just want to specify that? She enjoys her job immensely. Well, that's nice. And would defend the Crooked Man to the death, mostly because she finds it fun. Well, so is she just dead now? Like, did we get rid of her, or can she just come back? Again, I don't know. Like, I don't know if the fables come back. Like, I don't know how it works when you're made of mirrors and you can, like, clone yourself forever. Like, the real one could have just walked away and she left all these clones to deal with me. Like, I don't know. That's what I would do if I could clone myself. Like, I would never risk the real me. I would just send the clones, you know? But what do I know? Oh, yeah, you're gonna be naked now. Damn, Bigby. Was that, like, tiring, or... when'd you take those off? Hey, man. Don't stare at my schlong. That's rude. I know it's impressive, but... Anyways.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Do I just keep finding...
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
This gun holds 6 rounds of specially designed silver bullets. I won't miss next time.
Well, now you only have
Before you
5.
do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want. You plan to do what she says, don't you?
Snow's not here. You're dealing with me now.
That may be true, but I'd advise against defying your new boss, at least for the time being.
I hope they're not gonna do a thing where it's like, oh, Snow White was behind it the whole time, because that would be... It wouldn't make any sense, you know?
You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community.
The community?
And I'm sure Miss White would agree that I should be given a fair trial.
Sure.
Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial. Are we clear?
The whole town will be calling for your execution. Why would you want me to bring you back there?
Why don't you let me worry about that?
I'm sure you can buy the judges and whatever
For us
else.
to be at each other's throats here.
That's funny, coming from a guy pointing a gun at my head.
This is just a precaution. I'm sure you understand.
Sure.
I'm no murderer, Mr. Wolf. I didn't kill those women. And I think you know that. All I'm asking for is a chance to explain my side of the story.
If you're not a killer, then what are you?
Don't say businessman. God damn it. I knew.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms.
Sure.
Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. And I don't think I'm being unreasonable.
I mean, I am the sheriff.
If you decide to do something stupid, like murder me.
Why would I do that? I'm not a killer.
But you will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White and the rest of this miserable town. You're often reckless, and I worry you're not thinking of the... Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero?
It's about
because those
justice.
are two very different things.
This is about justice. I'm the sheriff. I have to do what's right. 2 people were murdered.
And you know who did it.
You're smart enough to know that's not how it works. Come on.
He's dead, isn't he? My point being, the killer has been dealt with. You've won.
That's not how the law
really
works.
Think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in, but you can brighten up a little. It's over. So, shall we get going? I'd rather not dawdle. You know, I'm actually looking forward to seeing Miss White again. My previous interactions with her have gone rather well.
All right, let's go. Hand over the gun.
I think I'd rather hold on to it, if you don't mind. What do you say?
I say no.
Hey! I'm sure Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup. I understand why she'd want to keep you around.
You're under arrest.
That was
You're
really
gonna trial
tempting.
in front of your peers.
But I'm not a bad cop.
And your punishment will follow.
I play by the rules. I'm not into police brutality except when I'm being attacked by a bunch of people and demons and whatever the fuck Bloody Mary is. I'm not a bad cop. I don't punch
but we have
people.
to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing happening?
Are we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
Wow, I can't believe that actually worked. I can't believe I actually brought him here.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble.
Oh, why would you think that?
After what happened with Mary...
It's nothing, I'm fine.
I guess you've been worse. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that...
No, of course.
I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's all good, babe.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
Oh,
You killed
this?
Lily.
She was my sister.
What do you have to say for
Where the
This
fuck
is the
do you
tribunal
get
here?
off? You think you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faye?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook.
This. You should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie?
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White, but I thought it would be unwise to proceed with such faulty information.
Bigby, is that true?
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not. Well, where is he?
Why can I not say he's dead? He wasn't behind it, he suffered. Wait a minute. Why can I not just say, well, he died because there was a fight and like he accidentally fell on a knife and stabbed himself. And here I am saying I'm not a bad cop and I stabbed the guy with a knife. I mean, they were gonna kill me though. I was just acting in self-defense, to be fair.
Don't worry about it. It's done.
Justice has already been dispatched. Bigby executed him.
He's... what?
Dead.
Not really.
So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
don't...
told I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White.
What
Unless
rights?
you plan to abandon the charter entirely.
Let
What
her
charter?
finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Multiple times.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding
Twice,
and
more like 10
providing
times.
monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're
Come
involved.
on, it's obvious.
And there's all the other crap he's done.
I know you're responsible. You've been behind all of this from the beginning, so cut the shit.
We all know who you are. We know what you've
Just
done.
give it up already.
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
ground.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly.
I agree.
No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
I mean, you don't have to
This is
uncuff him for that.
ridiculous.
He's so tall. He's taller than everyone here.
You have the floor.
Why did you have to uncuff him for that?
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees.
No pun intended.
I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
I've
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg. It was only a matter of time before something like this happened.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything.
Don't try and
You
manipulate
might even give
me.
up an innocent man, just to save someone.
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people, use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily?
Victim
She
blamer.
wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah, that's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
He's right.
Yes, but...
Wasn't I?
Crane was the one who let this town go to the fucking dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really?
I guess so.
What about Archie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
They burned my tree to ashes.
What?
You burned it down?
You see?
Why would you do that?
There's more to this than they're saying, okay? It was necessary to keep this town safe. Greenleaf was using her magic to help Crane and the Crooked Man.
What choice did I have?
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away, but I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you.
This is a weird trial.
And so does the sheriff.
This is a weird government.
Right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Like you did with her?
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things didn't fall exactly his way, someone would die.
He took Faith and Lily from us. And while we can never get them back, we can certainly punish who's responsible.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Not Auntie coming on our side. Wow. So much for loyalty.
Very
Oh, don't
good,
give me the
very
slow
good.
clap, you
The sentiment
dick.
is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded.
No, we've got
Sheriff simply
receipts.
doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the...
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a
A
confession
confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
So, are we done?
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town?
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this.
It sure doesn't.
I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
No, because you gave the order.
Of course. Yes, you're responsible.
At least that's what Georgie said.
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Like what?
How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
That was different.
What? You think you shouldn't be held accountable?
That was Bluebeard, not me.
He's gonna throw him under the bus.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection.
Also, we're always beating each other up
you're
all the
right, dear.
time.
Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all...
did-
Also, you're not on trial just for the murders, by the way. There was like all these other things you were doing, like tax evasion, corruption, exploitation. Like, should we go on?
Not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own crimes.
This isn't right. Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I
The
know...
laws apply when we
Maybe
need
he's
them.
right, but we should still arrest him.
What's that supposed to mean?
Everyone calm down. This isn't
I
the
mean, a
reason we're
certain
here.
level of privilege should be afforded to
who?
This is how it's always been.
This is what I'm talking about. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf?
Oh, come on now.
Who will be the...
Bigby! Miss White!
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath a little?
What's she doing here?
So she can take
I'd
the
like
thing
to-
off now,
I
right?
need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
What?
Of course. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we
Oopsie.
couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
Vivian wanted you freed from the ribbons. She took her own life.
I'm sorry, I don't think
Nerissa! My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me. And now I can finally say, you're an asshole. And I hope you rot at the bottom of the witching well for what you did.
And this just confirms it.
Well, you got a
He
witness.
made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
It's looking bad for you, dude.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me?
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
Nah, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you?
What, you take two people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
Wait!
What?
What did you expect to happen here? You're getting what you deserve.
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's not good enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has
more
a point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been enough
I don't give a
bloodshed
shit.
So we
already?
get rid
It's
of
too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send
Everyone, listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment, so I think
This is going nowhere.
Someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not? What about a vote?
What do you think this is?
Everyone, calm down.
We should have a vote. Make it democratic.
Do you
Sure,
really
yeah.
think that's going to work?
He's right. Nobody can agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
Who appointed me, though?
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Ah, you're not gonna give me
Are
that
you sure?
choice.
This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
I mean,
Yes, Sheriff.
rip his
Do
head
what you
off.
think is right.
Teach him a fucking lesson.
Ah, man, here I was not wanting to get into capital punishment and death sentences. This whole trial, it's very unconventional. It's not very standard. It's like just they're a very tiny little community where no one here is unbiased. Like everyone's got history with this guy. They all want him dead for multiple different reasons. He probably is guilty. Like there are witnesses to him ordering it. But I guess shouldn't kill him. I don't want to get all political in like the Wolf Among Us of all games, but like I'm not sure where I really stand on death sentences. Like I don't think the government should get to decide who lives or die, but I also think there are some individuals in our society that actively are dangerous and make society worse and should be neutralized somehow. It's a very ethically and morally complex issue. Like deciding to take someone's life, it's a big deal, you know? It's a big thing. And like in this case, yeah, he probably is guilty of all these things. Does that mean he should die? Like taking a life, it's a huge deal. And even for like a criminal and a murderer, it's really hard to... Like it's easy to want someone else to pass the sentence, but when it falls on you, it's really hard to make that call. And if it falls on me, I feel like I'm just gonna... Let's just lock him up.
We can lock him
Just
away.
fucking get rid of him.
Not this way.
Oh. Well. I was gonna lock you up, dude. I was about to save your life. It looks like you...
I hope you all remember this moment.
Think of me when you try to sleep. Finish it, Sheriff.
Please, we can still...
End it already.
He also knows way too much. Like, he has a lot of knowledge we should use. I'm not a killer like you.
To keep him from hurting people.
Wait, you can't be
What
serious.
he's done, you just gonna put him in prison?
This isn't the way, Sheriff.
You're doing the right thing.
Yes, there's a way.
Not a popular decision.
All right, do it.
I also don't really trust her to figure out a way to imprison him because we did burn her tree and like she was working for him, so we really shouldn't let her do any magic that will luck him up. It should be up to us, but this whole government's a joke anyways. Did you turn him into a bird?
Not what I was expecting. Morning, crooked man.
He's gonna be like, it's not him. That's
He's
just
got
a
a
bird.
sharp tongue. I thought it would be better for everyone if he parted with it.
Thanks, Greenleaf.
Don't forget this the next time your deputy mayor gets an itch to destroy my worldly possessions.
Hey, Sheriff. Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay, great.
That was weird. This guy is just...
This fucking line.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Yeah. Thanks.
Right. Thanks.
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll
She's
talk later, okay?
Swamped.
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Why is the serial murderer in office? I still don't get why Bluebeard is there. I get he has money, but... In new order, Snow White in charge. With Crane out of the picture, Mayor Cole has officially appointed Snow White as the Director of Operations and Deputy Mayor in his absence. Where is Mayor Cole? What the fuck is he doing? Many would say this promotion is a long time coming. She doesn't really seem that popular with the rest of Fabletown, but... Then again, we have been dealing mostly with kind of like criminals. Since she was instrumental in the establishment of Fabletown and personally ensured that many Fables made it to the new world safely, she's also been doing the work of Deputy Mayor unofficially for years. Fabletown Justice. When a criminal is captured in Fabletown, the traditional procedure is to hold a formal hearing in front of the community or concerned parties. How can that go wrong? However, exceptions are often made to expedite the process. Doesn't seem like that should be the case. In reality, there aren't any hard and fast rules for these types of situations. And the extent to which policies are upheld can depend on who is being charged. So basically, you don't really have a proper system in place. I mean, maybe I'm being hard on them. I guess they're doing the best they can. But this whole system is very messy. You know, I still don't know why they left their heads in front of our building, though. I guess it's like an intimidation tactic, but...
Jesus!
We still haven't seen the farm either.
5 minutes.
Hey, carry me for fuck's sake! I don't give a shit! You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day. Shit! Just go grab that, would you? Sorry about all this. I tried to help. Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance, but Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
Come on, Colin.
I'm walking, all right? Calm down.
I'm walking here.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby. I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to her, she was nice. So...
What is it?
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best. It's a willow beetle. That's a big one. They're cool, because
That's a
when
weird
they're
gift.
little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
That's everybody.
Why are you in like
What's
an
it like
orange
at the
jumpsuit,
farm?
like you're a
I've
prisoner?
heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
I mean, I guess you'll be safer.
You'll be a lot safer there. There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the Mundies seeing you.
It sounds kind of nice, honestly.
Come on. It won't be so bad.
Like, I know the main thing is you're not free there, but...
No. Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves.
So you wouldn't know, would you?
Well, I'll visit you
We're all set.
sometimes.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
Hey, man. From one pig to another. I do wish I could visit. I want to see it.
I wish I could come visit you up at the farm.
Yeah, well, too bad everybody up there hates you. Maybe if you do bad enough here, they'll ban you from Fabletown, too. Then we can go on the run together. You could show me around the Carpathians or something.
The what?
Maybe.
You got another one of those?
You can
How
have
about
this
a
one.
Smoke for the road. One last time? Thanks, Bigby.
They're bad for you, you know.
Always a gentleman, aren't you, Bigby?
I try to be. Everyone always says... Everyone always
I guess
shits on
I'll
me,
see
but...
you around.
I try
Stay
my
out of trouble,
best.
okay? If you even can.
I'll try.
I'll try.
Yeah, me too.
Everyone's always antagonizing me, but I think I did a pretty good job. Sheriff Bigby. After fleeing the homelands, Bigby Wolf spent many years wandering through Europe, with a fabled colony quickly developing in the New World. Snow White and Feathertop tracked down the wolf and offered him passage to Fabletown. He agreed and Snow cut him with a lycanthropy-stained knife. Excuse me? Snow cut him with a lycanthropy-stained knife to give him the power to change into human form at will. Okay. So it's not that he's phasing out of his glamour. He's not using a glamour. They just gave him the magic ability to change into a human at will? Okay. I feel like you could have told me this at the beginning of the game. I mean, I guess it's not really that important of a detail overall, but... Bigby became sheriff of Fabletown under King Cole's administration, but because of his violent past, many Fables didn't trust him, and he was banned from ever setting foot on the farm. To this day, he struggles to redeem himself in the eyes of the community. So I get why they offered him to come to Fabletown, because he was just wandering out in the world. As a wolf? And then they were like, yo, instead of being a giant wolf that someone would have just killed at some point, because like, that would make the news if there was an 8-foot-tall wolf just wandering around Europe. I think someone would have caught that, but okay. He managed to not get killed by humans. So they offered him to come to Fabletown, which makes sense. But then why make him sheriff if everyone fucking hates him? I guess they wanted to give him a chance to... They're giving everyone second chances to redeem themselves, it seems. Which... I kind of respect that. But... I also really question the idea of having a serial murderer like Bluebeard just be a high-ranking officer of your government. He's the one they shouldn't trust, not me. I was a wolf, like I was doing wolf things, like attacking pigs and little girls in the forest. That's only normal for a wolf. What about this guy who beheaded his wives repeatedly? What the fuck? That's not fair.
Saying goodbye?
Hey, it's Narissa. So have you managed to find a normal job now?
Hi.
Hi.
Can you not take this off?
Still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah. I guess I am. It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
I get it.
It's okay. I get it.
And part of you is probably still like scared. What if I can't take it off? What if it still kills me, you know?
I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
Narissa, what did you do?
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
You were just trying to protect them.
Yeah. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God. I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the Crooked Man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the Crooked Man did it.
And see, this is why you shouldn't have death sentence. Because like, even if something is proven in a court of law, you never know. There's always a small margin that like, maybe it's not real. Maybe someone lied, or like some of the evidence was wrong, or...
So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
So you think that makes it okay to lie?
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after... that night, after Faith. I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
You?
What, because you wanted me to investigate?
I walked her over here, and I left her. Just hoping that maybe if I couldn't save them, could at least save the rest of us.
You were trying to get my attention.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you started all this.
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The Crooked Man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence, and the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
I'm sorry, Narissa. I'm sorry that's what it took to get me to pay attention.
It'll be different now. You'll make things right. You and Snow.
We can't change the
Seems
world,
like no
but...
matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
I go out there and I do my job. I put my life on the line. I get shot at. I do what has to be done for them. But at the end of the day, I'm still the bad guy.
I know, but they'll come around. You'll see. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You knew when to show mercy, and you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the Crooked Man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing.
I do feel pretty good about my choices.
You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the Crooked Man, it was you.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you.
What you got in that bag?
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
What's with the unsettling music?
I need to tell you something.
I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too. Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Wait, what? What do you mean go after her?
I'll see you around, Wolf.
Wait, what are you saying? What are you saying here? That she was behind it? Go after her, let her go? Is there something I'm not getting here? Run more tests, you're trying to place me. Am I like missing something? Because like everything she told me at the end, like she wanted to help them be free, but then like she told Georgie and then they wanted to kill them because they knew too much. So she claims that Georgie killed Faith right then and there because they were trying to escape by stealing the photo of Crane with Lily. And so he killed Faith right there. And she somehow brought the head to the building. That much I get. Like she was trying to get my attention, I guess. What about Lily's head? When did Lily get killed? And who brought that head to the building? Was it also Nerissa? Not sure. Because they were like, go after her or let her go as if like, oh, wait, she's done something more. Like he just realized like, oh, shit, wait, she's behind it or something. I don't know. What did you do to Georgie? You and 31% of players left Georgie to die. That's lower than I thought. Did you give the Crooked Man a trial? You and 89% of players brought the Crooked Man back alive. 10% of players have said no chance and just killed him right there. How did you punish the Crooked Man? 47% of players chose to imprison him. Down the middle, huh? Did you accept TJ's gift for Snow? 98% of players. Why would you not accept it? Why is this a major choice? What were your last words to Nerissa? 54% of players said, I hope I've done some good here. Special stats. Beast, you lied to him about seeing Beauty outside the apartment. That's like the one thing I want to take back is like just not involve myself at all in this. Beauty, you impressed her with your detective skills. Bluebeard, you fought him after the interrogation. Why did he burn the evidence? The fuck was that about? We never figured that out. Like, was he trying to cover after himself or what? Colin, you gave him a drink when he asked for one in your apartment and you sent him to the farm. Crooked Man, you took him back to the witching well and you imprisoned him. Fate, you gave her money after the fight with the woodsman. Georgie, you left him to die. You smashed up his... I didn't smash up his plate. I broke like one thing. And I didn't break anything else. Greenleaf, you burned her tree. Gran, you drank with Gran after Lily's funeral. You brought her along with you to the trip trap. You promised to bring the crooked man back alive. Tiny Tim, you chose to wait for him. And you stood up for Toad when Snow wanted to send him to the farm. What about all the other ones? What about the Tweedles and all the other characters? Anything else? Continue the story. Pick up the graphic novel today. Fables. Oh, that's the art style, huh? For some reason, I just kind of assumed that the art style of the comics was the same as the game. But it looks completely different. Huh. That's a cool art style. That actually makes me want to check them out more now. So all this was just one big advertisement for the comic books, I guess. Anything else? Little epilogue? No, nothing? Well, well, well. That was The Wolf Among Us. I'm happily surprised. I will say, coming into this final episode, I was feeling a little bit down on the story overall, because like the last episode, I don't know, I felt like there wasn't really much progression in the mystery or the story. Like it felt like we were kind of, what do you say, what's the expression? Like turning our gears or whatever. Like you get to the pawn shop and then there needs to be a fight in every episode. So you fight the Jersey Devil and like all these fights never really amount to anything because all these fucking fables are like Looney Tunes and like they just heal from any wounds anyway. So like they feel inconsequential. And so with this final episode, I was like, well, the Crooked Man is probably a larger antagonist in the comics or something. So probably nothing's gonna happen. It's just gonna like kind of return to status quo, right? I kind of expected an anticlimactic ending, but I'm actually pretty satisfied with how they did manage to wrap up the mystery of the game itself about the two murders, and now like you open the way for more story in the future. So I am happily surprised about that. I think they managed to give enough of a conclusion where it is satisfying. That's not to say I don't have some criticisms about the game's narrative and the way that elements are brought to you. It still does kind of feel like you're playing a game without knowing what the rules are a lot of the time, and like I don't know how much the stuff we uncovered in the investigation was really related to like what ended up being the truth. Because what makes for a good mystery or a good detective story? Like, well, I feel like it needs to be something where you do get all the elements where you could figure it out yourself if you try to like connect the pieces, but then there will usually be kind of like a twist at the end. Like I think Ace Attorney is like a great example of that, because in Ace Attorney you're always presented with like there was a murder, you don't really know what happened, you just get all these different elements and like all these different puzzle pieces, these different characters. And then as you kind of like make progress in your investigation and like in the trial, you can start kind of piecing things together. And the game doesn't really try to like surprise you with like a big shocking twist. Like if here at the end they were like, it was actually Snow White the whole time, like that would have been cheap, that would have been kind of silly. Thankfully they didn't go with that. But like having a big twist at the end doesn't make a mystery satisfying. What makes it satisfying is having all the pieces and seeing it all come together slowly, little bit by bit. And like I didn't really get that feeling in this game, because yeah, you get the photo with Crane and then you get like this information about the Crooked Man and the prostitutes, but their world is so like there's so many elements you can't account for, especially if you come into this world blind like me, where like you don't know how the magic works or like how the fables kind of interact with each other. And so I tried my best to kind of like piece things together, but mostly I was just kind of along for the ride because I didn't really feel like I had all the tools necessary to figure out what was happening. And maybe that's just me overthinking it. I think a lot of people will probably agree with that. But to anyone that says I am overthinking things, that's how I interact with media, that's how I interact with games, that's how I get immersed in these universes. That's just how I do it. Like, I have to do it. I can't help it. My brain will just try and analyze every element and make sense of everything. And like, maybe I'm overthinking things sometimes, but that's my way to get invested in the story and the character. And like, for all my criticisms, I did get invested in this story. I did enjoy it. I enjoy Bigby as the protagonist. I think he works well. And some of the side characters, a lot of them are kind of like caricatural and cartoony in their archetypes, and like the gruff pimp and the sleazy businessman and like all these things. But it does devolve pretty often in like everyone's just like rah, 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 rah. It's like the classic kind of Telltale Walking Dead, like everyone is shouting at each other and arguing, and you have to be like, everyone calm down, calm down. That's just kind of like a staple of these games. But I did enjoy it overall. I am pretty satisfied with the choices that I made. I've said it before, but again, I enjoyed the art style. It's quite stylized and I like it. The music was also very good. I think overall I did a pretty good job. At least I tried my best. But mostly, more importantly, I hope you guys were entertained by this Let's Play. That's kind of what it all comes down to. Ultimately, when I play these games, I just want you guys to be entertained. So I will be interested to read your thoughts. Maybe we can discuss more of like the details that I missed or like things that I didn't quite understand. Please do let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to discuss it some more. Again, I hope like I don't sound too negative about the game. I did quite enjoy it. I just had like some small parts of the narrative that left me a little, like a little confused. But I did like it, and I do look forward to discussing it some more with you guys. And I guess when the sequel comes out, I'll be playing it also. I don't know if it's going to follow this game exactly, or if it's going to be like at a later point in the comics or anything. But maybe in the future we'll play Wolf Among Us 2 on the channel. So with all of that being said, I guess that's going to be it for me today. Next week, we're going to be playing a different game. I haven't quite decided what that's going to be yet. But by the time you're watching this, I will have decided, and it will be up to watch on my Patreon. So check it out if you're curious. But until next time, thank you so much for joining me today. I had fun playing this. I hope you had fun watching it. And I will see you in the next video. À la prochaine.